Well, one of the most beautiful places and peaceful places in all of Fresno is the Shinzen Friendship Garden over at Woodward Park. And if you haven't been there, it is a must-see. Joining us now to take us there, we have Bob Hilvers. He's a Shinzen board member along with SUSANA Figueroa. She is the operations director there at the gardens. We welcome you both to the show. Thank you so much for being there. SUSANA, is this a hidden gem that we have here in Fresno?
You know what, it is.
Yeah.
We often have visitors who have been residents of Fresno and have never been, and so we just hear that very often.
Wow.
And it is a gem, truly.
Take us through there, because we're taking a look at the pictures. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's located where within Woodward Park?
It's actually really close to France.
Okay.
If you enter through the Fort Washington entrance, you just veer and stay to the left. If you're entering through Audubon, you stay to the right. But the toll booth people can actually guide you through.
Got it. And is it used for picnics? Or just to go and admire its beauty?
Yes, definitely. It's a stroll garden, and the pathways are very comfortably allow you to go through the entire garden. The garden is built in the 4 seasons, so there's a part of the garden that represents each season. We have the spring, the autumn, the summer, and the winter garden, and it is a living museum. That's what we consider it to be. So the stroll garden really allows you to kind of walk and peace and just take in what's there to see. And every season gives you a different type of garden.
Beautiful. And speaking of gardens, inside the garden you will find the bonsai trees, which is something that you are an expert with, correct?
Yes, I'm the curator for the
You're the curator. Tell us what you brought here today, because these are very special trees that require not only special care, but special everything, really, right?
They do require specialized care. It's not all that difficult to learn what that is, but in practice in our weather, especially right now, we're having a real difficult time keeping them aesthetically beautiful. This intriguing little composition is of Japanese maples. It's part of our legacy collection, which all of the trees in the collection, the legacy collection, are done by Japanese American artists. This one was done by a local Japanese lady by the name of Irene Tamura.
And you say this tree is about 25 years old?
This composition is about 25 years old.
So I've got to ask, because I'm not familiar, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but how does a 25-year-old tree stay this little?
Magic.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Magic?
Yeah,
Magic powder?
They stay small because they're in containers.
Okay.
And the bonsai is a container culture. And so the roots don't have much room to expand, and so the trees become naturally stunted. If we were to take these out of the container and put them in the ground, they would revert over time.
Okay.
Also, there's a whole regime of trimming growth so that it doesn't outgrow the design, and simply understanding how to manage the plant. Now, we have over 150 different species in the collection, and that means that I need to speak 150 dialects of plant to get it all to work right. But then each one of them has their own aesthetic values and aesthetic properties, and this particular is a grouping, a little forest grouping, and so how that aesthetic, the relationship between those trees and each other, is a specialized care.
What if we want to take a tour?
Sure.
Of the bonsai. Can we go?
Sure. You want to go right now?
Let's go right now.
It's a little warm out there.
Right after the show. Do we have to make a reservation in order to make it?
The bonsai collection is open on the weekends from 10 to 4.
Okay.
And on the weekdays from 10 till noon, with the caveat that if the weather, like it is now, is too extreme, we don't put our people out there. We have to keep docents in the bonsai, and it's not safe for them. Or if for some reason we don't have a volunteer docent, we can't open.
Gotcha. SUSANA, let's talk about what you have with you and why you brought this beautiful lantern.
This is our lantern that we're going to be using during our 33rd annual lantern ceremony that we have in Woodward Park. And it's supposed to commemorate someone that you've lost. And by releasing this into the Woodward Park Lake, you're commemorating and you're sending off the spirit back to
And when is that happening?
August 11th from 7 to 9 in Woodward Park, right next to our Shinzen Garden.
So is there an entry fee to the Shinzen Gardens?
No, this is an outside of the garden.
There's just an entry fee to the bonsai garden.
No, the bonsai garden is contained within the Shinzen.
Gotcha.
There is a fee to come into the Shinzen Gardens for the stroll tour. There is no fee associated with the TORO Nagashi.
Wonderful. Thank you for clearing that up. And remember, if you want more information, they do have a website. So if you want to, I don't know, book a wedding, book a graduation, or just go and take pictures in this beautiful garden, hidden gem that we have here in Fresno, contact them at their website, shinzenjapanesegarden.org. And they have all the hours and prices for you there. Thank you both so very much for being here.
Thank
fascinating,
you.
Fascinating. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, but stick around because I hope you're hungry. Up next, we're heading to downtown Fresno to take a bite out of their newest restaurant, the Chicken Shack. That is right